Welcome everybody to TPP The Peasent Podcast. We're on episode 33. Today we're talking about a little bit of coding and of course our big event after the show, the triathlon. We're going to be talking about some mental health awareness and suicide prevention. So we're absolutely spanking looking forward to that. But yes, welcome to TPP, the Peasants Podcast. We are the community's DayZ console podcast, featuring owners, coders, streamers, and players from the game we all love. We are discussing everything from the updates to ideas to help the community and devs understand what it's like to play the console DayZ. I am your host, the Greedy Peasent, passionate DayZ Xbox player turned streamer, help bent on showing the worth of console DayZ and the creators behind their servers and their communities. Hope you're all having an absolutely lovely weekend so far. Welcome, welcome. We've got an absolutely sick lineup today. We are going absolutely mad. We have our podcast, of course, today, and then we follow on with our mental health awareness and suicide prevention triathlon. So we're absolutely hankering for that. We've got a massive chat swarming in. We appreciate you all coming out. Oh, Mr. DM tripped to mine first in the chat. Mr. Q. Onnit's in the house. Hello, Mr. Onnit. King Alibar. Hello, hello. Queen Peasant. My queen. Barrage Tyler. Welcome, welcome. How is everybody? I hope your weekend is rolling, Mr. Blackheart. Whoa. Yep, some of those clips are quite hectic. Aurora, welcome, welcome, lovely lady. Welcome, welcome. Mr. Tick, hello, hello. So we have our pro buzzard ready to go. Cheers, we're just scrolling down this massive list. Make sure we don't forget anyone. Otherwise we forget anyone. Bruv, she's in. We don't have all our guests today. A couple of our guests are pulled out. So today on the show we have GDS Queen. She's a Twitch streamer. She's an organizer and a big advocate of this event that's happening. Or the events that are happening across the day. And of course we've got Mr. Last DayZ Mods. He's coming in to talk about this is Jason bot, which is an absolutely gold mine for any coder out there who's trying to formulate a server or, make a custom server. Absolutely gold, but you'll hear more about that very, very shortly. Of course, we'll have our co-hosts on, and you know all about our co-hosts. Our co-hosts come from each side of the DayZ style. Adkcue's a survivalist with a true passion for the game, not afraid to venture off with his sights on a buck. SmileysgotaGun, the lady of the people, with a passion for conversing with the most touching of subjects. She always out getting the feel on the players. It's going to be an absolute wicked show. We appreciate you all for joining us. Let's get into it. Hello.
Listen, I got up at 6:30. I got up at 6:30 this morning. Okay, tired as fuck.
She's tired. Leave her alone.
you are formally excused.
I don't know. I
Yes.
just like the alarm went off it, and I just usually I hit it and go back to sleep. This morning, like, I even showered. I've even showered and blow dried my hair and everything. I look actually fucking hot this morning. Like, I actually put effort in for a change. Yeah. Yeah, I don't look like a homeless lady
Always.
like I usually do. Yeah.
All right, rightio. Let's kick it off. Yeah, well, we had to mute what I had to say just in case there was profanity, so they only get in trouble apart from me. Right. That's the way. That's the way it rolls. So today on our podcast, we have some absolutely wicked guests. First of all, in the white, we have GDS Queen. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
And totally opposite to her, up at the top right hand, we have the counsellor from Last DayZ Bots. Welcome, bud.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
And of course, we've got our co-host, always dressed in his rider jacket, looking suave, feeling a little better than he was before, only because of meds, Mr. Adkcue.
Morning all, good morning, how are we?
That's it. And the police officer you'd love to get arrested by, except for the interrogation. Smiley's got a gun.
Go. Yeah, say more.
That's it.
More important.
Well, you're looking good. Let's make you feel good as well.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I showered today, people. I showered.
That's it.
I even, you know what? Hands brushed. Even put a little lip gloss on.
That's
Yeah, it's happening today. I know, right?
Jesus.
It's amazing, you know, how
know.
good you actually feel about yourself when you do stuff like that. Who knew? Who knew?
Who knew? Self-care.
I'm gonna put this as a trend.
That's
Peeps,
it.
you should do this every day. You should shower and brush your hair and brush your teeth every day. It makes you feel really good.
Yeah, I have to admit, I start to feel some kind of way when I put lip gloss on too.
Yeah, that's it.
That's something.
Yeah, I prefer the lippy quietly with the 80s music playing in my room.
With the little ballerina shoes.
We was told never talk about Greedy's ballerina shoes. They're pink and they're beautiful.
I have the clip. I can prove it.
Facts. But that's for another day. We'll have to put that on the start. Me and Myra in my
Yes.
ballerina shoes. Yeah, see, Aurora agrees. See, she loves those shoes too. Me and Aurora, we rock them. All right, well, let's get into it. First of all, we have our charity event straight after the podcast. It kicks off in just under 3 hours' time at midday for anyone in Sydney, or 2 hours 45 minutes. So we're super looking forward to that. We're going to get in there and we've got the track all set out. We did our first run through of it, and it's going to be quite hectic. Did some adjustments. We were going to make people really suffer and make them use normal stamina, but we put unlimited stamina on just to make it a bit easier
Yeah.
for the run and for the swim, because the swim is grueling.
Good.
I can officially say I've swam around Scowl Island and it took me 45 minutes.
Oh.
And
Why, Greedy? Why?
Was
That-
that with the unlimited?
no,
stamina?
that was without unlimited stamina. That was natural. And
Got it.
I got about 3/4 of the way through and went, Teabag, where did that code for unlimited stamina? And after a quick reset, we were back and we just swam the rest of the way like we were an athlete. So yes, it's going to be an absolutely, it's going to be a grueling task. I can find people will probably get lost across the way as we duck from one corner of the map to the other. So we're looking at an estimated 2 hours to do the run. But it's all about being together, and who knows what happens. The particular server's open now, so if you're registered early, you can jump in, get yourself some clothes, fatten yourself up, do what you need to do. What we're going to do is just before we start, we'll reset the server and open it up. So if you haven't registered, at least you can then get in, grab some clothes, and try and catch us. Rightio. So we're going to start off with the lady who kicked off this event, 2 months ago, I believe? Maybe a little bit longer.
I believe so.
Yep. Formulated off a passion and really kicked it into gear, motivated the streaming community both in PC and in Xbox. We're going to one-on-one GDS Queen.
Hi.
Hello. It's been a little while since we've had you on the show. Glad to have you back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
First of all, we'll ask you, what's the event and what is it for?
Okay, so the event is for mental health awareness and suicide prevention because today is Suicide Awareness Day.
Yep. I'm not sure how if it's branches right around the world, but it's definitely in Australia. It's a day we hold where we reach out to our fellow citizens and fellow man and make sure they're all good and talk about mental healthness and suicide prevention and how important it is.
Yep.
Now, Juliet Quinn, you are very passionate about it. Why are you so passionate about this event and supporting this cause?
Mainly for the fact that I've been on both sides myself. Excuse me. Yeah, I have been on both sides, but with the mental health and the suicide, obviously. So yeah, it's basically if I can help anyone else, I'm more than willing to do so. But yeah, just mainly help people realise that there are people to talk to. So there is someone out there that is willing to listen to you and help you through the rough time in your life.
100%. There are definitely a large amount of people, especially in the DayZ and Xbox community, who are happy to stop and listen, pull up on a DM, and chat with you for a while. It's definitely the best course of action to do.
Definitely.
Yes. What organisation are you supporting?
I went with SOS, Silence of Suicide.
Yep. And what are they about?
So they have a big organisation, basically worldwide. They help people, obviously, with the mental health and suicide things. They have places where you can go in and just stay, basically, until you're feeling better. They have counsellors and psychs and all that sort of stuff. So just somewhere for you to come back to yourself and
So
the help that you need.
find yourself, get back into your the correct
Yeah.
mental focus and stability.
Yeah.
Life can
Yeah.
definitely get a bit rough sometimes, and you can be put into situations where you probably don't want to be, and sometimes it feels like that's the only way to get out, but there are plenty of other doors that you may not be looking at. 100%.
Exactly.
So after the podcast, GDS Queen will be streaming. She'll be running the course with us. So if you want to relay your donations or if you want to add to her cause, give her a follow. She's just up the top there. Definitely worth getting in there, dropping a few bucks. It all helps everybody. If you don't want to, it's all good. Come in, have a chat. If you want to come down to the event and just come run to the event, meet some new people, that's what we're all about. So definitely get involved. So can we ask who else is involved in the event and where can we find them?
We have Mr. DM Triptomine.
Yep.
He is starting at midday as well. And also one of the PC streamers, Flapjack Bubba. I can put a link up in the chat if needed.
Yep.
He's doing a 6-hour run on PC DayZ, so Fatty, I'm not 100% sure on. He
Yep.
was saying that he was going to do it, but I can't be 100%.
Okay,
Don't
so
quote me on
there you go. So there's Mr. Trips one up there. He's going to be rolling it. Flapjacks, Bubba. I think I've got somewhere in here. Let me see if I can find flapjacks. And of course, there'll be a few other streamers that are out there that will be obviously putting it down.
I need a liquefier.
Yep.
As the day. So if you can't find anyone, definitely you're probably gonna have to find in flapjacks, Bubba. I'm on here on the
Just typing
search.
And you're streaming too, Greedy?
Yeah,
You're streaming
yeah,
too?
I'm streaming. Yep, I'm streaming.
Yes,
So-
I dragged him into it.
No. I'm happy to stream, but as I say, all those. If you want to donate, if you want to get out that major support, it's all about jumping on the GDS's Queens. She's got all the links, all the affiliates, all the tags, and all the calls will go directly to her, to the right people. Saves us being in our hands and
Yes.
and us having to touch it. It's all done by Twitch, which is a lot easier for the streamer, 100%.
Oh, it's
makes
integrated
it
in
100
Twitch,
times
is it?
easier.
Like a
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
like,
like
is there a link or something, or do you, or is it just whenever we sub or bits, it automatically
No,
goes? How does that work
in-
exactly?
Instead of the sub button, it's going to be a donation button. So that way the donations go straight through to Twitch, and then Twitch do whatever they do, send it off to PayPal, and then they go to company.
yep.
Fuckers take a cut. Does Twitch take a cut?
Yep. They
Uh,
do.
every-
From what I'm reading at the moment, they do.
Yeah, everyone will have a slice of the pie.
Puts too.
But
Yeah, they always
exactly.
seem to want their bit.
yeah, but you gotta have a little bit of
course.
administration fees for. I mean, it saves you trying to collect the cash, you putting it all together, you being all responsible, having to produce the proof. Your hands are nicely, easily tied, and if anything goes wrong, it all falls on Twitch.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I'd rather that anyway. You know, have it all fall on Twitch rather than everyone going, "Oh, what have you done?" You know.
show us the proof. You did. I mean, you saw it in the early days of streaming. People would do charity streams and not give the cash away; they'd pocket it. So this is just a
Yeah,
way that we don't
exactly.
have to have our hands in the pies. It's just, you know what I mean.
Keep 'em out.
That's it. We just nod you on the way through, greet you, and send you to the table.
Yep.
The bill will be charged later
Think
on.
you are due. See you later.
That's it. So what's the goal for today's events?
Just letting everyone know that there is someone to talk to. You know, like if you're having a rough day, I mean, the console cult. Like anyone in the console cult will agree that all our DMs are open. If you're having a hard time, just don't be afraid to speak up.
Absolutely.
You know, and if it's not one of us, find someone that you trust. If you can find that one person that you trust and turn around and go, mate, I need to talk to you. I'm having a bit of a rough time. You know, I'm having a shit day. Let me open up to you.
Yep.
You know, like it's you don't have to deal with this stuff yourself.
No, and sometimes a lot of people get lost in a direction to be able to follow, or maybe places that they can go to, you know, get some help. I know in my particular Discord, if you write depression, straight off the bat, it'll actually just pop up with a list of different websites and different places you can contact, like Beyond Blue, Kids Helpline, that sort of places. And you don't even have to prompt it.
Yeah.
And that's just a fail safe, just in case someone jumps in the chat and says, "Hey, I'm feeling depressed," and someone doesn't see it. So
Yep.
yeah, there's definitely
Yeah, I've done the same thing with my Discord. There's a section with places worldwide, you know, that you can contact if you don't feel comfortable talking to, you know, any one of us or whatever. There's always numbers there that you can contact.
100%. And sometimes a professional ear can be a little bit better than someone who's not professional. But any ear is better than none.
Yeah, exactly.
GS Queen, I applaud you for your efforts when it comes to putting this event together. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Much love, Queen.
100%.
Thanks,
Right,
Smiley.
rightio. We're going to move on to Mr. Last DayZ Mods, the counsellor. Excuse us. Look at these lovely people. Look how well they've pitched it. No,
Get out of the way.
no, no, bruv. Bruv.
Get back here!
Bruv.
Get
Bruv.
back here!
I was just saying how
That's right,
picture
I'll-
perfect.
Get your
How-
butt back over here.
You gotta do it.
How's this?
You gotta do the hover. You gotta do the awkward hover on you.
Yeah, I'm just lurking.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna lurk right here. I'm just gonna be like right here. So I just have to be in the picture
In the shot.
at the same time. This is not awkward at all.
And this is what happens when she makes herself feel really good in the morning.
That's it. She's all bright and sparkling.
Morning. Hi.
Hello. Hello again.
Hey, it's me. I'll come over and hang with
The
while you do your thing.
the counsellor. How are you, bro?
Couple pair together.
I am doing really good. Doing really good.
That's absolutely wicked to hear. So the counsellor, or known as Last DayZ Mods, in his bigger brand, has his hands in so many pies. It's not funny. Today we're talking about one of his tools that I think needs to come to attention when it comes to how important it is and how practical it is for the DayZ community coder. The bot is, or the actual whole Discord is called This Is Jason. So, Councillor, what is the bot and what does it do? Oh, we lost him. No,
We broke him.
there we go.
Yeah, there he is.
We heard him.
It's very interesting, counsellor.
Hmm.
Tell us more.
I'm getting
Oh.
very
See?
excited.
Just,
Oh,
I just want to say,
My mind.
this is what happens, Smiley, when you start stalking
Lost the
people. They
information.
run.
Sorry about that.
He's like,
we broke him real good.
it literally said hello.
It was perfect.
Yeah, I know. Don't you love
button.
doing it on a podcast on DayZ? I'd probably.
All right, there we go.
There
Am I
we
back?
go.
Am I back?
You're back.
Hey!
All right. I don't know how that happened. but,
You were reclined
so
in.
at any rate,
That's it. Reclined in your armchair, and then realised it was your turn, and then got up and kicked the cord, and had to get up and quickly fix everything and run round. Yeah, I've done it. I've been there. All right, I've been there.
yeah. Too true. Too true. So yeah, it's and the bot has been, I guess, rebranded. It originated as a bot called My Name is Jason,
Yep.
and that was when they first started using the JSON files. I remember everybody used we used to have to use events to code buildings in, and so originally the bot was created to convert your old code. Not from DayZ Editor, because DayZ Editor has a function, but a lot of other people used back then DayZ offline mode. And so originally the bot was the main function of it was to convert that code into the new JSON. So that way, you could place your buildings there in DayZ offline mode and easily convert that to a usable JSON file. And then we kind of morphed it into something more designed for death matches, which is the function now. So it's had a kind of a makeover. The bot is now called Last DayZ Coding Bot, and we've got a lot of features on the way. But right now, the primary function is to remove probably the most tedious task in coding a death match that I've ever come across, and make it super user friendly, very easy to use. So that's kind of the, I guess, the origin story of it and kind of where it's at now. We're adding a lot more features right now, but the vision is to make it a standalone coding bot. So if somebody buys a DayZ server, doesn't know anything about coding, but wants to, boost their loot, maybe make a death match, they can use this bot to do almost everything, with the exception of placing buildings. That's the overall vision. It's a long way away from that, but for right now, we've taken some of the more difficult things to do and really, really simplified them.
Yeah, so
God damn. That
yeah,
sounds impressive.
the practicality of it is, you can segregate sections of the map, take the loot spawning areas, and just take that area completely out. So the natural buildings in DayZ will spawn loot, and your additives can spawn loot, but you can have it so nowhere else spawns loot.
Yeah, and it used to be you would have to do that manually.
Yeah.
At least when I, first started coding, you'd have to literally go in and look for all of the buildings, in your map group positions file, and one by one remove all those buildings so that loot didn't spawn in them. I think at one point I kind of timed myself, and it took me close to 8 hours to do that for one of my deathmatch servers. Now with this bot, it can be done in less than a minute.
Yeah, it's and it's and it's even user friendly for the dumbasses like Greedy. When when I because I'd known about the bot, I'd watched Teabag use it a few times on my servers, and I dived in and had a crack of doing it myself, and I was so surprised on how easy it was just to rip it out, get it done, chuck it on my server, and it was all ready to go. So yeah, definitely, wicked job and
And that
excellent
was
evolution.
yeah, I appreciate it. One of the things that, because I'm working with a brand new coder, on it. He's just done a fantastic job on it. But one of the things that I really stressed is I want this to be user friendly. Most of the guys that are going to be using it are, oh well, I shouldn't say that, because some guys that know how to code very, very well still use it. But the idea is I want it to be extremely user friendly, that somebody that has no coding knowledge but just knows what they want in their server could, pop into the bot and get what they need done, and kind of have the bot walk you through the process. That's the idea, because it can get really complex. So I wanted to make it as easy as possible.
Yeah, especially for new coders, things can get a bit scary. We all know how easy it is. Just one little mistake can break your server, destroy it, and ruin your population. I've done it many times.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, been there, done that.
So it does take some of the strain and the pressure of having to sit for 8 hours and code away and trying to work out everything. It's an absolutely brilliant device.
Yeah, appreciate that. It's come a long way, and we're actually right now in the process of, the next feature to roll out is going to be the types.xml. It's one that I haven't really dove into it yet, because that file, there's so many different things that can be done in there. So really, we wanted to lay the groundwork first, so that, again, trying to keep, ease of use in mind, so that while you're in that file and you're using the bot with it, if there's other little things you need to get done, you can do it right then and there rather than using different commands. So we're working on getting it to where you can boost the loot by category, or boost all of your loot, and then also be able to rename your categories and all of those things just simply by using the bot. So that's what we are trying to pump out next.
Yeah, very nice. So what program do you use to actually create this bot? How does a bot like this come to life?
Yeah, excellent question. So, I mean, full disclosure, I hired a coder for this,
Yep.
and so I'm familiar with what we're using. I believe the last and you'll have to forgive me, I'm not super familiar with it. That's why I pay him.
Yep.
But I think it's NS Node or something like that. It's similar to JavaScript, but a much simpler format. And then everything else is just done through Discord. So we actually created a developer page, and that's where the actual engine of the bot runs through. All of the code gets written and dumped into that so that it'll work with Discord.
Oh, nice. So it's integrated with Discord itself. It's not a separate entity running on the outside like a kill feed.
Yeah, I mean there is hosting involved, obviously.
Yep.
For it to work, but yeah, it is done through Discord developer.
That's hectic. So how many hours would you say it's taken to get it to its current state?
Boy, that is well. I will say this, and a huge shout out to Teabag and CDS and everything they do. I actually reached out to them for a coder, and his name, and I apologize if I butcher it, is Miraski.
Muraski,
Man,
yep.
what a legend. Yeah, he is super fast. So, he can get things done that took the previous coder 4 to 5 hours. He can get it done in about an hour. As far as total hours spent, I mean, we're probably from beginning to where we are now, we're well over 100 hours of actual development time.
Wow.
Fuck.
Yeah, 100 hours of crunching code. But I won't repeat his name because I don't want to butcher it. He's an absolutely genius of a coder. So a little shout out to him for the background work he does. Yeah. So you talked about a little bit about the inspiration of making the bot, about bringing the files from the old school into the new JSON files. What's the inspiration for then growing it into where it is now, where you can create your own deathmatch, you can take the buildings that you have and max out the maximum spawn points for it. What led you into pushing that bot that little bit further?
Yeah, that's a really good question. For quite a while, almost about a year, I was coding servers for other server owners. Some of them wanted to pay me, others didn't, and I always tried to be fair. And I've heard a lot of horror stories. I've had guys send me screenshots of broken code because they hired some coder that they picked up on some random site. And not everybody is on the up and up, and so I wanted to make something that people didn't have to go through the stress or I guess I can't find the right word, but the difficulty of finding a coder that's not going to burn them, and just trying to do it themselves. So maybe not go through the entire process of learning every little thing, but hey, I just want a good server. I don't want to pay hundreds of dollars. It's already costing me a monthly service fee, and I just want some simple things done, and I don't even know where to look for a coder. I want this to be top of mind for new server owners, that they can just grab this bot and get done what they want, and they don't have to worry about throwing their money away. And that's not to say that there's not some excellent coders out there that are do outstanding work and are very reasonable and fair with their rates, but this is just something I wanted to make available to to new server owners to take that stress away.
It's an absolutely brilliant tool, and you are you are right when you say a lot of, especially in the early days of community service, there was a lot of people offering bad services. There was a lot of people ripping people off, doing half jobs and then bailing on it and doing the full ghost, being the internet. So that's why the stipulation of free coding kicked in. because people were sick of, copping, I mean, the whole community was over people getting ripped off.
Right.
So, I mean, this thing you can make yourself an easy death match. You can program some of your server out of it. You can throw your ideas around it, and a lot of the bots these days get created as tools to enhance that code and make things easier.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, I actually went on to a coding server at one time and saw somebody advertising some of my code that I had coded and selling it on their Discord. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So just things like that, like, wow, that kind of stuff happened and still does happen to some degree. And, that's never a good experience for somebody. And some guys maybe will never go and own another server because of an experience like that. So that's the overall motivator, I think, was I wanted to make something really easy for new server owners to use, something they could just grab and code their server and be on their way.
That's it. Do some modifications and make it a little bit different, and yeah, then start on the hectic trail of trying to do the rest of it.
Yeah, trying to actually populate the server with players to come in and see your modifications.
That's it. The joys. So, taking you back to, your start of your coding of DayZ. How long have you been, or when did you learn to code yourself?
Yeah, boy, it was probably about 6 months after I started playing the game, maybe even less. We had our the guy I started playing the game with, Revan Reborn. You'll see me running around with him quite a bit in game when we're just actually enjoying the play of the game. And we had some bad experiences on community servers, and somebody sent me a message on Discord and said, "Hey, you can rent a server." I didn't know up until that point. So I bought the server or rented the server, and then realized, there's some work to be done
That's
here.
it.
This thing doesn't do it itself. I mean, this is again kind of pointing back to the reason for the bot, because I was a brand new server owner, and it's like, whoa, where do I go to learn this stuff? Where do I go to get this stuff done? I know what I want, but I don't know how to do it.
Yep.
But the way my brain works, I want to know, so I just kind of dove in and I broke a lot of things to learn how to fix them.
Which is sometimes
was,
the best
I would
way.
say, right. So all in all, it's been about 2.5 years, I would say, since I've been coding.
Wow, that's a long time. So we dove a little bit into the future plans of the bot and what development is. Do you want to delve in a little bit further on where you want to take the bot and its end goal?
Yeah. So I think right now, I'm kind of leaning into the deathmatch idea of it, because I feel like once I get that set as the foundation and somebody can just go in and create a deathmatch, then we can broaden to the larger, spectrum, if you will. And so right now, that's the focus is, and I kind of tested this. The last match server I made, aside from the actual placement of the buildings and the types.xml file, all of the code work was done using the bot, and total time it took me less than a half hour to code an entire deathmatch server. So I was really pleased with that.
Oh,
And that
the dream.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's the current goal. And then once we get through the types.xml, we're going to get into the EFG limits, or definition limits, or whatever that one is, where you can do your custom tags and names if you want. Yeah, then beyond that, once we get the whole like able to code a deathmatch aside from building placements. Once that's done, we're going to branch out to being able to spawn in vehicles with stuff in the trunk. We're going to set it up where you can kind of customize your loadouts for the trunk, and try to make it as customizable as possible. The idea is anything that you could do on a PC, encoding the server yourself, I want it to be able to be done through the bot. Again, with the exception of being able to place the buildings. If someday that becomes possible, I want to add it. But yeah, that way someone can get in and anything they can think of that they need to do to code their server, they can do using the bot. So it's going to be a long process. Eventually, it will become subscription bot. I just don't feel like there's enough meat to it yet to do that. So for the foreseeable future, it's going to remain a free beta use bot.
Yep, I know that you get free testing and free feedback. So,
yeah, crucial.
That's it, very crucial. So, for those who want to get involved or would love to use these tools, this is the Discord here. Oh, yeah, two ICs here too. Old Fleshy. And it's, as I say to you, it's definitely something if you're looking at a server down the line to jump in and have a look at, because I've used it. I think it's one of the best tools out there for people who who really don't have any idea about. Yeah, you can change your types files, and sure you can do that, but being able to segregate positions on the map, being able to expand those particular buildings out to hold as much loot as possible. The two applications of that is just time saving to the absolute maximum. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous thing.
Yeah.
Get involved, have a look at it. Definitely something to consider before you jump into the coding side of it, because it will save you the time.
Yeah, absolutely. That the loot placement one, that's a big one too. That's something I've been wanting to tackle for a while. That's one of the last features we added, and with that one, I remember every update, I would go in and modify that map group's proto file and put it on my coding Discord for the community to use. I did it for free always. I remember it was probably 8 to 10 hours every time I did that, going through line by line. We're talking about 16 to 20,000 lines of code, having to go in and count all of the positions and maximize that. Now you can literally just type slash loot boost or whatever it is, and it's done in less than 10 seconds.
Yep.
It's incredible.
And you just upload your file up there. You go, yep, this is the file I want done, and it goes, brrr, bing, there you go. Congratulations, you just saved 10 hours.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other thing we've done is with each of these features, we made it so that if you have already modded files that you want to use, maybe you've added some buildings and you've kicked out the code from, DayZ editor, you're able to upload that file and still run these codes, and it will consider your modifications in the coding for you, so you don't lose those mods. So that way you don't have to go in and copy paste after. You can literally just upload your file and run the mod.
Yep. So it's absolutely brilliant. So if you've got a file that you need adjustments where you'd like to expand the positions of the actual loot spawn in, you just take it, chuck it in this bot. It gives it a little wash, gives it a little clean up, and bang, out it comes, fresh as a daisy, maximum loot.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I love that. I love that one. It's a very nice feature.
100%. So for yourself, I know you're a man of many servers and many hands in many pies. Any sneak peeks for any future plans or projects coming up that you want to whisper us into?
So I just actually, I think 3 or 4 days ago, just released another hardcore server. I
Ooh.
haven't done anything on Livonia for a while, and I wanted to. I guess I was just itching to play a Livonia map, and so I brought back a fan favorite called Hard Times in Livonia, with some
Ooh.
new adjustments. Yeah, yeah, it's a fun one. So this one we've made a little more hardcore. We've actually removed so the guns spawn in completely bare, with the exception of a clip, maybe.
Yep.
So you actually have to find all your gun pieces, and start from scratch. The one thing that we've done to kind of compensate for all that is everything spawns in pristine. But other than that, no food on the map. You have to hunt and fish. And I think my first run through, I was about to keel over and finally found a cow. So there's that. And then yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love that one. It's probably one of my favorites. That and the Famine Lands on Chernarus. Those are probably the two servers you'll find me on the most.
Yep. So there you go, ladies.
And
and
then we do have
Yep.
another themed death match that we are going to be bringing out soon, as well. I'm kicking around two different ideas, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to run with. One of them is like a civilian style deathmatch. So I'll put all the police uniforms, construction uniforms, hunting outfits, and just kind of day to day working man kind of stuff, and probably put it in a town, and then put the like the home style weapons, if you will, just some shotguns. None of the
BK Rangers.
high. Yeah, exactly. So you're fighting with pistols and melee weapons, and then maybe a hunting rifle or two, and then just kind of turn people loose. So that's one I'm kicking around that I may bring in, and then there's one other one that we'll keep a lid on for right now.
Ooh, that's a special one. That's the one we know that's definitely coming out. Um, if you venture around in the community, you're looking for an absolutely sick set of death matches to get into. Look up Last DayZ. You'll see everything from one of the cult's favorites, 357, right down through to pirates, medieval. The themed deathmatch man is definitely, the themed deathmatch crown goes to this man. I think he's got it nailed. I think he's got a little help from his bot, but now that we know all the secrets, yeah, we know where we get all that quality.
Huge shout out to Fleshy. Actually, the whole idea of themed death matches actually started in a party chat with Fleshy and Baked Moose, and we were running around wreaking some havoc, and I can't remember which one of them mentioned it, but they thought, man, it'd be really cool to have like a Western themed death match or something like that, or just shoot around, dress in cowboy outfits. And my wheels started turning, and I said, guys, I gotta go. I left the party, and I think an hour or two later, the 357 first version of the death match was born.
Oh, look at that. And
Oh, fucking best server ever.
yeah, origin
Holy
story.
shit, one
Nah.
of my faves. Yeah.
You see,
Yeah, it's a lot of
hands
fun.
down, cops and robbers, man. That shit pops.
Yeah, 357,
Yeah.
Cops and Robbers. They're both of my
And-
favorites.
To be honest, lately I've been playing the Mafia Wars one too, and that's really good as well.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
That's
that
one I'm
server's
really.
excellent.
Yeah, I really want to try to get that one out there a little bit more, the Mafia Wars. There's a couple things I need to do to it, but that one's a lot of fun. I mean, how cool is it to dress in a tracksuit and run around with an AK-47 shooting guys in town? That's a lot of fun. So I really enjoy that one. And then you got the leather hats and the suits. If you want to get your best Italian looking DayZ character,
See,
and run around.
I'm gonna get my
and run the
pinstripe
show.
happening. Gonna get my
It's a lot of
pinstripe.
fun. Yep. It's in there. We've got all the suits in there and all the track suits. I think that's the clothing, and then we've got all the dress there, and then I think we've got boonie caps to go with the track suit. A lot of fun. I really enjoy that one. It needs to get a little more, but it also needs a little bit more work. There's some things I want to do to it, but that one's a blast. And then the one I really been enjoying, it's not really a themed one, but the new maze one, boy, that one absolutely goes
Fun
off.
time.
It is.
Yeah, that one's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. Indoor maze style deathmatch. As I said, whatever style deathmatch you want, you can pretty much find it. Just look up Last DayZ, one word, in the community. You can jump in them anytime. And what happens is I find a lot of the community will rotate through the different ones. So they'll start on one, it'll reset. They'll go to like cops and robbers, it'll roll on that, they'll reset, it'll go on to another one. So you can spend 3 or 4 hours just in different flavors.
Yeah, easily. I find myself getting lost in there sometimes. I forgot how much fun this was.
That's it. Oh, I've got work to do. Got to go.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I'll run around. Oh, I didn't realize that exploit was there. Let me go fix that. Or, well, I could make this better. But I try not to mess with things too much, especially if it's going well, because I've made the mistake of going in and making changes sometimes to something that's running well, and it doesn't always go over well with the community. So I try not to tinker too much. Once I've kind of found a sweet spot, I just try to leave it.
Leave it, let it go. Well, we do talk about that quite often about once you're onto something, don't touch it. If it's good, don't
Yeah,
try and
very
modify it.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's like telling a coder not to code.
Yeah.
Get all these new ideas.
That's
and thoughts.
it.
So that's why I do have a rotating maps server, and that's where I try to do all my tinkering, and I can throw new ideas and maps up. And actually, the cops and robbers was literally just a map on there at one point. It wasn't even supposed to be its own standalone. And I think after the first week of it being on my rotating maps, it was like full every day. So I said, well, maybe I better keep this one around.
I'm on to a winner here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a great way to test out new ideas and just throw them on that rotating one. And if they pop off, then I guess I'm going to be paying another subscription fee.
That's it. I think you're up to like 8, 9 servers now.
9 right now. One is going to go away. It just hasn't been doing well. So it's time to let it go and move on to other things. But we'll be back up at 9, probably 10, very, very soon.
Jeez. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. As I said, you can always get up on community, find that Last DayZ all one word. You'll get the whole list. Jump in, talk to the community. It's a very clean deathmatch. There's a banner on there, of course, but there's no toleration for, racist remarks or anything that's to put people down. It's for fun. It's to go out to have a good time, have a laugh, meet some people. There's a cool community out there. Yeah, absolutely well done on all your projects, my friend. No red boonies.
Much appreciated.
All right.
Beautiful work, actually. Absolutely beautiful work on your servers, Counselor. Like, they're just so crisp and everything is just, there's no dodgy little, I don't know, everything's laid out so beautifully. It's really nice.
What's this?
Thank you.
It's no smiley spesh.
What's that supposed to mean? What is that supposed to mean?
Well, I'll just giving it a graded. Just let you know.
Hey, I enjoy
All right.
it. I enjoy
All
a
right.
clean time as much as a dirty one.
All right, so it's not like a greedy spesh. We'll put the blame on me. But it has been a home. It does hit a big place for us in the console community because it's where the CC really birthed during the COVID times. We used to go and do events, and then we used to throw after parties at the 357 event nearly every week. It was probably the gel that really brought a lot of the good people and the good friends that I know today together. So
Yeah.
you can't get rid of it ever.
It goes down sometimes when I either forget to pay the bill or just don't pay attention to it. I guess they're getting messages, and I mean, with 10, sometimes I forget the stagger that I try to keep up with, and so yeah, I'll start getting messages. Is server gone? I'm like, uh-oh. Well,
Let's see. You got to renew one every 3 days. Every 3 days, you got to renew a server.
I try to stagger them for my pay period so that we do half one and half the other. So I try. It doesn't always work out that way.
No, good old finances.
And I've been enjoying Dope Magic and his brother Buzz. Their TikToks on your 357 lately. They've been hitting that.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
Having a good time.
Yeah. Somebody sent me one of those. I said, hey, I know that server. So. Yeah, I love seeing that. I love seeing all the content that people are able to create on there. It's why I put these out is really for the community, and so being able to see, people enjoy the server and have those kind of experiences, that's what makes it worth it.
100%. Big shout out to the D Squad.
Yeah, the D Squad.
All right, so we're going to move on to our halftime show. Now, we had a couple of our coded guests pull out for today. They had some little issues. So we're going to have to play a coding game, but I think it's going to be Q, GDS Queen, and Smiley versus Last DayZ mods due to knowledge factor. All right, follow me.
Oh, I'm out.
No.
I'm sorry, I have to go.
That's it. So, this is a little knowledge test that I put together. Being a avid user of DayZ editor, sometimes finding these little bits and pieces and the little, those just little touches that you need. Oh yeah.
I know what this is going to be. No.
Really, why do you hate us so much? Really?
There's nothing better on Mental Health Day than to cause more mental health issues.
I blame you.
It's going to be, is this going to be like, name this item?
Oh, big time.
No.
For fuck's sake, I'm terrible at this.
Oh, trust me.
I can't find fences. It only brings up gates all the time. I've got fucking gates everywhere. I just want a fucking fence.
And this is why we do it, because
Oh my God.
sometimes you have the weirdest names for items in the game, and trying to find them and search
Do we have
them.
to use code names?
If you can get close enough.
Use what's in editor.
Yeah, if you can get close enough.
Seriously?
If you can get close enough, I'll allow it. And I'll also allow chat to come in.
Oh no.
Chat, if you know what it is, chime in and beat these guys. You're more than welcome to. I know we've got a couple of coders here. So,
Josie's in here. No way. Everyone except Josie.
Josie's out.
No, it could, hey. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. You'll be surprised. But hello, Josie. You may be their only hope.
Josie, help!
So, in DayZ editor and in the codes, sometimes there's some file names and things that when you go searching for them and try and find them easily under a logical name, they are nowhere to be found. And you have to spend sometimes a couple of hours looking for them. So we decided to see if we put 9 objects in our little sheds. It's I was going to put numbers on them. Our door number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to crack them open and see who can tell me what the hell is the code name, or as close as possible to the code name. So
Are we just yelling it out when we know it? Or we just like...
So for people in server, your buzzer is your name. For people in chat,
I rely on DayZ Wiki for this.
yes, so do I. Actually, I just rely on DayZ Teabag and say, Teabag, what the fuck? What is this called? And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's this.
Oh, that's actually, I forgot to mention it, but that is a feature of the bot that we're going to roll out, is you can type in the name, like the commonly used name, and it'll kick out the file name for you.
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
so good.
Um,
Yeah.
All
And we're about to learn why that's going to be so helpful.
100%. This is, and this comes down to the amount of stress, time, and effort it takes to sometimes make builds, sometimes put servers together. It can be quite painful. So, let's start off on our first one.
Well, number 1, let's go.
Ah, Smiley.
Smiley,
Huh?
Dragon's
Oh my
tooth.
gosh.
nailed it.
Teeth, dragons.
Yep, no, nailed it.
Oh.
Dragon's teeth.
Who would have thought that one?
Yay!
Not
Yeah.
this guy.
I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah, that's what I said, Q. That's what I say when I went looking for it. This particular item is Greedy's absolute number one pet hate, because it took
That's how I
him.
remembered it,
Pyramid.
because you hated it
That's
so much.
Yeah, that's it. See, I mean, my hate is inspiring people. Pointy nipple.
Kick
Qu-
off,
See, even my
Learn something from your hate.
even my wife knows, because that's how much I fucking hated it. Right, number 2.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I don't know.
Oh, I think it's some kind of barrier.
Yeah, I have these in my server.
Yep.
And I don't know what they're called.
Oh,
It's-
So anyone in
It's
chat?
something to do with the barbed wire barrier.
Yep.
Um,
It holds the barbed wire up.
yes.
Miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous
Wire.
wire.
Static object something?
Wire metal.
land mill. Oh my.
All right,
Wire metal.
that's it. And we got nothing in chat,
Spiky thing.
so I'm not going to tell you, and you just have to work it out and all haunt you for the rest of your life. No, it's called a hedgehog. It's called a static object
That was my
miscellaneous
first guess.
hedgehog concrete, because
I knew it would be a miscellaneous.
it looks
come
like
on,
a
man, really?
bloody hedgehog, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, so
I
much.
knew
My
that all
truck.
along. I
Oh
just
my
was
God.
trying to give everybody else.
Give
a
everyone
chance.
a chance. All right, number 3.
Oh my. Oh, phooey.
I
I've
know it's
used
a pallet
this.
of planks. It's
Yeah.
a covered pallet of planks, but I don't know the name of it.
Oh, so Jenny S. Queen's in the lead with sort of the description.
I win!
Covered plank? Or wait, is this a plank? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's the covered pallet.
Rectangle. Blank. Box.
Rectangle plank box. Nope.
Yeah.
Thing. You gotta have the thing after it.
Nope.
Miscellaneous. No.
No, you don't have to worry about that one. It's static object miscellaneous. It's called boards pack.
Boards
Yeah.
pack.
Boards
Oh,
packed.
okay.
That's it. Packed
Oh.
planks or something.
Okay.
See? Very valuable information we're giving out today. Just in case you want to stack it
I'm
up.
gonna
Learning.
say, I'm quite disappointed. We're 1/3 in, and bloody Smiley's.
And I'll
Yeah.
say to that, bruv, I'm proud. I'm proud.
And if it wasn't for you whinging and complaining,
Yeah, that's it.
not a bit of winner today.
It's not when you complaining, it's teaching.
Yeah. Teaching.
All right, the next one.
The fuck's that?
It's a
It's
rim.
a rim. Oh, GTS
No,
Queen,
I
you
think
gotta know
that
this
is,
one. Come on.
Oh fuck, I don't know.
It's an Oreo.
Why do you put this
Sorry,
stuff on me,
but
Charlie?
no, it's a
It's a manhole.
Get into it.
Manhole, yeah.
Oh.
Does look like an Oreo though.
So-
You lay down here.
Oh,
it's
let's-
So we're going to give that one to Q because he got it in first. It's a sewer cover.
Is it really?
Sewer cover.
Yep.
He
That's a
didn't say his
manhole.
name as the buzzer.
Yeah, he
Just put it
didn't.
out there. He didn't go,
Oh, yeah,
I take the sewer cover.
No, well,
yeah.
we're gonna give it to Q anyway. All right. I just-
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. Look at that. The player's tied for first, eh?
It's a scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
All right.
all right.
Open the door.
There you go. All right. What's it called?
Yeah, scarecrow.
Oh,
no, it's
I
probably
know
got
this
some
one
weird
because I
name.
searched for it the other day. Shit.
No, it's
Field.
not shit.
Field
Bird.
something.
Bird feeder.
Field Birdman.
Field bird man.
Straw man.
A bird scarer away thing?
Q's looking.
Halloween something.
Oh, on Halloween.
You cheating?
Miscellaneous bird thing.
Bird thing.
Bird perch.
All right. So the coding name for this one is Boogeyman.
Ah,
Wow.
that's it. I knew it was
It is
Halloween
not.
something.
Boogeyman.
It is Boogeyman. It is static
Silly.
object miscellaneous Boogeyman.
I feel like
Oh
the
my
coders
God.
or the devs are just having some fun with some of these names.
Well,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
to put some light on it, after I did my little research on why the hell your name Boogeyman, it's because it's on top of the bonfire, and it's the representation of sort of like Guy Fawkes for the UK people. So it's
got it.
it's like
That just goes to show I paid
it's
no attention.
burning the evil spirits during the witch festival. That's why they call him Boogeyman.
Oh.
See? No attention.
Right, next one.
Oh, I put one of
Merry-go-round.
these in the other day.
Um,
This one is a miscellaneous. I know that.
Yep.
'cause I put this in like only a couple of days ago. It's a miscellaneous.
Egg
Can I
beater.
just say I've never seen
Beater.
Yes.
Miscellaneous
It's
egg
like
feeder.
yeah, it's a I don't know miscellaneous. I don't know if it's a playground thing or is it miscellaneous
Looks like a
playground.
merry-go-round or something like the top of a
Yeah,
merry-go-round.
Close. We'll have to, what else would what else would you call a merry-go-round?
Oh, boy.
Carousel.
Oh, there we are.
Carousel.
That's what it's called. It's called a carousel.
Yeah,
Oh.
Come
Oh, sorry,
on.
Quinn. I meant to get a kid. Sorry.
That's it. The roundabout spinner for Queen. And Trip got it right. Yeah, it's called a carousel. It's called a small carousel. Yep. Weird ass game.
Huh.
I get half a point for saying it's a miscellaneous, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
merry-go-round,
No.
that's carousel. That's another name.
Yeah, but
Hey, look, don't be salty.
all right, then we get to the harder ones. This is where we take it up a notch.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh,
My
it's-
brain
this has
capacity
been
can't
easy?
do this.
Oh, my. Oh, that's
It's
like
an
an
electrical box.
Or a mailbox.
No, it's an electrical box.
It,
Yeah,
it is a
it's
box
crazy.
of some type, but it's not electrical.
Really? I always thought
Huh.
it was.
Power box.
Is that a picture of
Communications box.
A telecom box.
that
Here
writing?
we go.
Oh,
Go back to
I'll read it for you. It says, warning, do not smoke around this as it contains flammable...
That's a gas box.
Oh, gas box?
It has to be an electrical box then.
No, it's a gas
Oh,
meter.
and no-
That's all it is a gas
Really?
meter.
Ah,
Yep.
ah,
Really?
Oh,
Hey,
damn.
I'll
You
take
know,
that too.
No,
What is that? It's
no
the
fucking
three
way.
now.
Trash box
No.
thing,
No,
switchboards.
you ain't getting a point for that.
No.
Piss off.
This is not very... No. Absolutely not.
That's it, got to think practical. All right.
Now, Q, the only thing I have to ask is, could you put one of those in a server?
Uh-oh.
What the
Yeah, sure.
I've seen this
number
thing
there?
before.
Oh,
I've never
King
seen
put
this
King
before.
put this in Scav City.
Oh,
This is
this
at the front of his strip club, I think, like a ticket thing. That's what he was using it as, but I don't actually know. I think that's what he used.
I can't
Is that
say
right,
I've
King?
ever seen this. Is that a
It's like
bell?
Oh,
It's got
Looks like
something
a
to do with
bell.
buried cables.
an alarm.
A
so
light?
the councillor's on the right. It is a
Maybe
bell.
it's
It is a bell. And
Warning bell?
I don't think you'll ever get it.
Tsunami bell?
Yeah, I was going to say something for like
Does
boats
it say
or
anything on
something.
there, councillor? Like, can you?
It's a mic. A floodwater measurer. Oh, King Alabar.
Really?
No, there it is, King Alabar. He wins. Mysterious Bell. That's what it's called.
Mysterious
King,
bell.
yeah.
You mean I don't get a half point for bell?
Yeah, well, you get credit. That's what you get. You get later credit.
At least I'm in the game.
Yeah, really, yeah.
I gotta leave
You're
this
off.
game with some
You're off the mark with just a smidgen. You've got a point, but somebody rubbed it out. So you've just got the lead mark
you go,
there.
fair.
All right. Last one.
Final one. Go.
Oh, I put this in the other
Oh,
day.
jeez.
I put this in the other day.
I don't.
Legit. Yeah, it's another miscellaneous.
Yep.
It's a statue.
Um,
It's
It's a miscellaneous.
religious statue.
The religious statue is not it.
Oh.
Crucifix statue?
Crucifix statue, nope.
No. Literally put this in my server, made it fat, and then you know what I actually did? I put a stairway that wraps all the way around it, so you can actually sit on top of it and snipe.
My God, I need to get back on your server.
Oh, actually, I haven't added it in yet. Yeah, a little something special. But
Miscellaneous false
Oh,
hope
yeah.
giver.
Yeah. Good wins.
Oh, I don't know the English
miscellaneous,
word.
you'll all suffer until I tell you otherwise.
No, there it is. Alabar again. I reckon he's on editor for sure in the background. He's in the editor for sure.
Oh,
That's it, Cavalry. It's called Cavalry. One.
Oh, come on, that was too easy.
That's it. So
we were just testing them.
for the in-server count, the winner goes to Q. That's a high five, Q. Hey!
Thank you.
That's it. That's it.
Christ.
And our winner in chat was
You really need to start doing some homework.
some King Alabar. That's it. Get on the Scav, make you track through Wiki and learn the code. And
I just put things in that look good, okay? That's all I do.
and sometimes that's what it's about. We don't, trying to track down and find the name. Sometimes you can never find it, but yeah, there's some weird and wonderful names out there in the coding books. But thank you for everyone participating. We'll head up now and crank on with our co-host takeover.
Oh no. Oh. Smiley, be gentle with me.
I've already made you take your pants off.
I save favourites in
Yeah.
editor.
Thank-
Ooh, I didn't know you could save favourites in editor.
Never done that.
I just
No.
read the pictures. I don't even read the words. That's how I read books too. I don't have pictures. I don't read it.
Yeah, see, my greatest achievement is reading cover to cover of Where's Wally.
Yep. Agreed.
Hey, Council, I've got a question for you while we're having a little stroll up here and just feeling, you're saying about your bot. What about if you wanted, like, different loot in every single town? Because you know how you have to, like,
Yeah.
sort of do loot and the type of buildings and shit, like, have it in tiers. But what if you wanted, like, say, Cammy to have, like, all tundras, and then Electro to have all freaking, I don't know, shotguns, and then and different type of clothing. Can you do that? Can you segregate? Can you
You
have
can do
certain
it.
types
I
of
mean, it
loots per
wouldn't be
towns?
done it wouldn't be done through the bot, but what you'd have to do, and that's a good point. I mean, like it's something I could look into adding, but what you would have to do is go into the building, um, that type of building, and put underscore Cami after it, and then go into the map group POS entry for that same building and put underscore Cami. So it that way it would register that that building is in Cami, and then whatever you do to edit that. So well, you'd have to copy it first, if that makes sense, in
Yeah.
the map group
Yeah, so you have
proto
the
file.
original building, and then you'd have the
Yes,
building with underscore Cami.
exactly.
You'd
Yeah,
have to
and
do
then
that
whatever
for each
you
building.
yeah, and then whatever you modify in that, like if you might have to go into the definitions file and create a custom category, and then put that category in that building, so that way whatever you wanted to I mean, it'd be that's the easiest way I could think to do it, but it's definitely doable.
Yeah, right.
That's it.
Very cool. I've always wondered that. It'd be cool to be able to do
Oh,
that.
shit. I only ever just hear that clink clink of the grenade.
It gets me every time.
Oh, we can't hear Q.
Take it away, Mr. Q.
I think we can hear him.
Take it away, winner.
Jesus.
There we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
You're supposed to be smarter and take over with me, so you should know it's coming.
I know, but I never see you. Always stand behind me and do it. You know, you always stand behind me like a weirdo perv.
That we love.
To be a sore loser.
Can I?
You're looking
I'm
at me
gonna
like
kill
that.
him.
Yeah.
I usually team up. You usually team up with him. I'm killing him.
Okay, that's fine.
You're dead. You're so dead. Don't you dare. Go ask your fucking question.
Oh
Get
God,
to
I'm
work.
being held hostage.
And you're muddy.
Okay.
which is nothing.
Alright, let's get it started.
Serious time.
Okay.
Shush.
Okay, GGS. Where is that one place in DayZ that you love? Either you seem to find yourself going back there, or you build your lovely little home in.
It has to be Cammy. I'm sorry, but yeah, Cammy's got my heart at the moment.
Amy Shovo. Oh my god.
Yes.
Best.
Yes. It has my heart.
So what about Kemi Shovo holds your heart so much?
Cammy parkour. Of course. We like doing
Cammy
parkour
parkour?
up there. Yes.
That's right.
There is a whole thing. Cammy parkour.
Good
We
thing.
made it our little entertainment hub.
Oh, nice. So, do you often custom make anything for Kemi, seeing as you love it so much there?
I have done.
Yeah.
But it's too small to sort of do a lot to. So, just a couple of buildings or, like an army thing or whatever. Like, yeah. I mean, the possibilities are endless, obviously, but yeah, I don't have the
Yeah.
patience for that at the moment.
But, I have seen many renditions of Kemi.
Especially
Oh,
on King's
thank you.
server. I liked what King done.
Yeah. Yeah, I quite like the overgrownness of people overgrow Kemi. Put the vines all over
Yeah.
the police station and that.
Oh, for sure.
Oh god. Well, thank you
Doc
very
Riley,
much, Miss
please.
Queen.
You're welcome.
Councillor.
For me, it'd have to
Same.
be Krona Castle.
Corona. Why Corona?
It was probably the first big base that I had built in the game, and so me and my running mate, if you will, every time we go there, it just brings back memories, and so every server we join, it's kind of one of the first places we head to is Krona Castle.
Up there, I feel it. It seems to be quite quite a fan with people that their favourite place seems to be always the first place that they've ever built on servers in the game. You know.
Yeah, I mean it's the biggest of the castles, and aside from maybe the one on Skull Island, but um, yeah, and it's kind of central. I mean, it's not far from the Northwest Airfield, not too far from Tizzy, and then you've got two evac sites on either side of it, so lots of easy looting spots around it. Um, but yeah, for me, it was just the memories. The first or the longest stint that we'd had on a server, we had a massive base there, and had a couple epic battles defending it, and so it's just a spot we really like to go to whenever we visit servers.
And so that being one
Something
of your
about.
more favourite spots, sorry, Smiley. Um,
No, you're okay.
what custom builds do you prefer, Krona?
Yeah, I like. I mean, on the Castle Wars deathmatch, I completed the castle. Um, I think that's probably the best way to go about that because it is a castle. So you can't get too, I mean, I suppose you could get a little more elaborate and add some other building types in there. But to me, it just makes more sense to, add a few more towers and just kind of make a massive castle out of it. It's already a pretty large castle, but adding a few more towers in there and things like that, that's my favorite way to do it up.
Nice. Nice. Well, thank you two for your time. I would you ask more questions, but brain does not work too well today. So
Fair enough.
Seems to
I,
be a
I don't know
major
whether
problem.
He has
I don't know
COVID,
whether to
so
say fortunately or unfortunately you now have Smiley.
Okay, yeah,
that would
I
be
need to
unfortunately.
go.
Sit yourself down, Missy.
Okay,
I'm actually, you know what?
I'm
Just
sorry.
at the last minute, I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna change one of my questions. Yeah, just sitting here thinking about a few things. But the first, the first one, you know, okay, I probably should have done my homework probably before I, put together
Maybe.
What?
these questions and
What?
realized that council was going to be on today. Usually I adjust my questions
I can only imagine.
But
for
question.
a councillor when we have him on, out of respect. But am I right in saying,
Fire
councillor,
away.
uh, that sex is a normal, natural thing to be shared and explored, and sometimes we get curious as well, which is a natural, normal thing. And so my question is, uh, saying that now, open mind, open mind. Okay, we're all very open-minded here.
Yep.
Okay, so let's just say hypothetically that you were curious and you wanted to pull up a browser and maybe search up some curious things. Now, this has to be an honest thing. Uh, what is in your search history uh, recently when it comes to pick up the natural sex? How's that,
I'm
boss?
so,
How do I do? How does that
oh,
gently
uh,
and
I'm so sorry.
ethically put?
that
be
was
so boring when it
that was
comes to this.
that was almost as fun as watching someone being constipated. But anyway.
No, actually, I've got something to say about that. That's something that's so true. Yeah. So,
I thought you were going to put your
what is
question
the
your other way.
council?
I thought it was if you died in DayZ and they found your computer, what would be in your search history that you wouldn't want to
What would be
see?
in the search?
Yeah. Okay. All right. There you go. There you go.
That's a
All
good
right.
way
Thanks,
to
bro.
describe it.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite boring when for the last 20 years have been pretty disciplined in my mind and uh, attitude about searching for those kind of things. So I would say you wouldn't find anything, in all honesty, as far as that goes. You would find a lot of boring things, like most of it DayZ related, quite
Yeah.
frankly. You know, what's the name of that monument?
That's it.
Cross on it, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Mysterious
so it-
bell.
you know, unfortunately,
Mysterious bell.
Mine would be a boring read, unfortunately.
So not even like, because you're married, happily married,
Right.
beautiful wife.
Yes.
Holy shit! Have you seen photos of his wife? God damn, she's in my search history. You know,
Yeah, she
you
got.
might wanna
I got the better end of the deal for sure.
Oh, she's
Don't we all,
hot as
but
fuck.
don't we
And-
all?
You dudes, I tell you what, get away with your like nice personalities.
Hey, dad bods are in fashion. Leave it alone.
don't
Yeah,
spice
I
it
guess
up.
to answer, I guess I know where you're going with the question. We actually,
Yes.
if that ever comes up, we discuss it, and we've been married. This month is actually our 22-year wedding anniversary.
Oh, congrats.
So yeah, we will openly discuss those
Wow.
kind of things. If it
That's
comes
good.
up, and say, hey, might be time to try something new.
Let's get a little spice.
Yeah.
And you go a little,
So
little online
obviously we
shopping
respect
together?
one another's boundaries, and so yeah, we'll kick ideas around if it comes up. Like, you're getting kind of boring.
You say to us,
Well,
"Oh,
I
you're
mean,
boring.
You're stuck with me, so.
I got $10. It's when are you getting off the computer?
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be
Yeah.
coding all night?
Yeah, that's it. Hello.
My turn now.
Hello. I'm
You
waiting.
stand there
Hello.
completely naked behind
Yeah,
you,
that's it.
completely
Yeah,
naked,
I
going,
need-
Uh,
I'm like, oh
Sandra?"
yeah, I'll deal with you in a minute.
Full disclosure, that actually did happen once, and I quickly
Oh my.
I stopped coding immediately, obviously. So
Yep.
it's like I've been trying to get your attention for the last 3 hours, so this will work.
Yep.
And it most certainly did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Generally, it does.
Sometimes the subtle hints just
Well,
don't get
they don't get through it. We're blokes. We just want straight down the line, all right? Just straight down the line. We don't want to
Get
play
to
the
the-
game.
Yes, just don't beat
Yeah,
around
I
the
want
bush. Just
sex,
tell
have
me what's
this.
going on.
I've been in the same
Exactly.
boat and said to the missus and said, all right, I'm going to go play some DayZ with the boys. And then 20 minutes later, my phone buzzes and it's, all right, lads, I've got to go away. Off.
I've got to go right now. I don't care
Yeah,
if
it
we're
doesn't matter
driving.
what's going on. This game is definitely not the one I want to play at the moment.
and beautiful queen, the bush in her
Hello,
face.
lovely lady.
So, tell me about your little browsing history. What's your kink for the month?
Yeah,
spank
I'm
bank.
pretty much the same. It's all DayZ. It's all coding. It's all boring.
We're so nerdy now, aren't we? Look at us. Just
Exactly
look
what
at
it all
yourselves.
is,
Look
Claire.
at everybody. Just take a good hard look at yourselves. Everyone in here
We're
in the
getting
chat, what are you
old.
doing?
That's it.
We're getting old, okay?
Well, you're asking what's on the
No.
you're asking what's
No,
on your
we're not.
you're asking what's on the internet
We
browser.
are.
Everyone uses incognito mode so they don't get busted anymore.
Deleting that history.
That's
Tapping
Yep.
it and deleting the history.
It was never here. I didn't look at nothing.
that's it.
Let's say then, hypothetically, if you were going to look at something.
She's gonna dig.
Come on. I'm getting desperate here.
That's it.
Just give me something.
Usually, this part of the episode is where it
Yeah,
gets
I
real
got
saucy, and it
nothing.
didn't get saucy on her, and you broke her. She doesn't know what to do.
I know. I usually get like a little tingle downstairs. I
That's
get
it.
off on it. And, it's all I get. Like,
Oh,
so
fuck.
to
I ain't
speak.
got nothing.
I'm fucking out of here. Just logging up.
See ya.
I see myself at the door.
I do have one last question, and it might be like won't take too much time, but just in the theme of today and with today's event, to be honest, like Greedy mentioned before, I've had moments where I haven't been that great, and I've reached out to actually my DayZ friends because I wasn't comfortable talking with my in real life friends. So and I reached out to my DayZ friends, and I must say, like, Jesus, I probably would be in a really, shit place if I hadn't reached out to them. My question is, not to make it, it's not a personal one or anything like that, but, we don't have to mention situations, but, and it doesn't have to be yourself, but have you ever been in a position where you've, helped someone or, taken that DM or maybe reached out to someone and, how did that sort of make you feel or have that connection? And yeah, it's like explaining a love note, but I guess in a different context.
It's called
Maybe
a,
that
it's a
maybe
hero
touched or
note.
moved
That's
you.
what it's called. It's called a hero note.
It is.
Yeah,
Yes.
a hero
Yeah,
note. Whether you're the
yeah.
hero or you've had a hero.
is.
Yeah.
I have
If you
had
don't,
a hero.
and
I
yeah,
will say it was Mr. Greedy himself. I did go to him, reached out to him, said, "Look, I need help," and that's how all this started. I had a bit of a teary to him, but yeah, I have had a couple of friends that I've helped. Um, some in the DayZ community, some in real life, and it's more of the moral of if you'd want to have the help, you'd help someone else. You wouldn't expect to get help from someone else about you feeling a bit shit on the day if you're not willing to do the same.
yeah, 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 exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's the moral of the story.
How about you, Mr. Counselor? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. It's
Yeah,
just
no, yeah, absolutely. I mean, in game, I think in my first server, there were two separate instances where uh, one of the players was putting some things in chat, and he was clearly not doing well. And people can be really cruel online, and so people were saying some things to sort of egg it on, and so I just reached out to him individually and said, hey, uh, are you open for a voice chat? I'd rather not just do this over text. I'd really like to help you. Um, and I mean, he was talking about ending his life that day, and so I talked to him for about an hour hour and a half on the phone, not on the phone, but the Discord chat, and it went really well. He obviously is still around, and he was really thankful. And so another time, at very similar situation in Discord. Um, and then I mean, outside of Discord, obviously being a pastor for 5 years, I have had plenty of times where I've had to walk people through some of the most difficult times of their life. I also spent 2.5 years as a youth counselor in the juvenile corrections facility. I would go in every Monday night and counsel the youth in there. And one young man was on suicide watch, and so I was the only person he would talk to. So I was able to talk him through that. It took a series of 2 or 3 different weeks, and was able to get him to a place of stability where they took him off suicide watch, and he's somebody that still keeps in touch with me to this day because of that experience. He's outside of the system now and doing really well in life. But yeah,
That's good to
man,
hear.
like you literally saved a lot. Well, saved probably quite a few
Yeah.
lives, counts what you do.
yeah. I mean, uh, I've been in that place, where you feel like there is nobody that will listen to you. There's nobody that cares, and it's
Yeah.
it's just a lie. It's just a lie that you know whatever the powers that be are telling you. It's
Yeah.
just not true. There's people that care about about you, and being able to be that voice that shares that with somebody, it just, I don't know, it's motivating because again, I've had people do it for me at my lowest, and I value that, and so being able to do it for others, it's just a joy.
Yeah.
Exactly, because you understand how life changing and important
Yeah, absolutely.
that,
Yeah, I mean, I had a
that little bit.
really very hard upbringing, and so I was a really troubled kid, and if I didn't have there, I can think of a few pivotal people that helped me through that growing up, and if those people hadn't been there, my life would have gone in a completely different direction. And quite frankly, I may not even be here. And so, yeah, it's remembering those people, um, and sometimes it's not even them saying the right things. It's not this like incredible wise word that they bring. It's just being there. I had a friend. We lost a child years ago, and I had a friend. He brought over a pizza, and literally all he did was sit there and play video games with me. That was it. And I'll never ever forget that. It's not like he sat there and had all the answers to all the pain and things that I was going through. He was just there. And sometimes that's
Yeah.
all it takes.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Having the
But
the
when
presence in the company.
yeah, but like when you're in that mind frame of no one cares, I'm by myself, I have no one to turn to. You don't really think of other people. You, okay, I'll
Right.
deal with this myself. I don't want to trouble anybody. I don't want to, just be annoying to anybody. I'd rather just sit in my own little corner and try and get out of it myself.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's why it's
Yeah.
that's so important to just reach out to people, whether they're going through something or not, just to check if they're okay. Because a lot of the
Yeah,
times
Yeah.
it's just like that. As they won't say anything, they'll sit there and they'll
yeah,
suffer in silence.
Yep.
Right.
yeah.
And your
Yeah.
body,
Done that
Definitely.
before.
and your brain is designed particularly to protect itself. And sometimes you can get into a phase
Yeah,
where sitting inside, doing nothing, seeing no one, uh, is the
yeah,
ultimate protection for the brain because it doesn't have to put itself into danger. And I think sometimes that's where a lot of depression, a lot of stuff gets involved, is where you start listening to your brain and it says, no, we could just stay inside and do nothing because the whole world's scary. I think sometimes you do have to
yep,
fight your own inner voice and say, no, 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 no. We're gonna go and take this one more step. We're gonna go to the mailbox. We're gonna go to the corner of the road. We're gonna get up,
yeah,
get dressed, put a bit of lippy on. Sometimes
yeah,
that could be
Yeah.
the pinnacle of just breaking out of that cycle and pushing yourself forward.
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even
Our
just like,
minds are.
getting up, eating breakfast,
Yep.
having a
well,
shower,
yeah,
getting dressed. You know,
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
just those three simple things. My friend and I used to have this thing. We used to call it the FDG, and it was like because it's not like you should never suppress it. Never like if you're feeling a certain way. Sometimes trying to hold that back and just be express. So we used to say the FDG was you feel it, you deal with it, and then you get over it. You know
Mm.
what I mean?
Yeah,
It has to go through your three stages. You can't stay in one of them for too long, but each needs its own time and space.
yeah,
Sometimes you do need to stay inside and, look at walls for a couple of weeks, but then you've got to deal with that. And then then you got to say, all right, come on, let's go.
That's it. Slap
Yeah.
around the chops. Get your ass in gear. We're better
yep,
than this. Oh,
yeah.
Anyway,
oh,
they're
look
my
at that.
questions
Just
for
hold
today.
on, hold on, hold on. Look at that battery
Good ones.
dead. And this is why we never use
that's awesome.
rechargeables.
Yeah, I have a heart.
You don't.
Ugh, terrible, terrible.
It's in my vagina.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There we go.
They got a little too weird and awkward.
Too
There,
deep.
I just had to throw that
Time to
in.
bring it
Right.
back. Bring it back.
Yeah. You're all looking at me like I was like, person or something.
Well, we might have all missed that because my controller went dead. So you're lucky. Whatever that awkward
Thanks
moment
for sharing,
was,
guys.
we might
Appreciate
have.
it. That was really
Oh,
And Greedy, if you're talking, we can't.
yeah.
Greedy, you're broken.
Oh, he might be talking to chat actually.
No, I wasn't. Can you hear me now?
He's broken anyway.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, we broke him with
Oh.
Broke Greedy.
We finally broke him. Oh shit.
You gotta love this. It's where the battery dies.
Greedy, are you okay?
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Do tell more.
Hello, hello.
Yep. I'm loving the story.
Hello, hello.
What's
Yeah.
this? You want me to be the
No.
host from now on? You want me
Oh.
to take over? Oh, me and Q are gonna now run the show, and you're gonna
Oh
be the
yeah.
co-host.
Right.
Ah, okay.
So
Right,
you're
I think
first
we're
in
up
line
to the
for
freshy
questions, huh?
question.
Yeah.
Freshy
Guys.
question.
Still up this.
All right, can you hear me now?
Greedy?
Oh
Hi.
yeah.
Alright.
Hi.
Ah, my battery fucking died. So I missed your awkward point.
Oh, excellent timing.
Yeah, whatever got awkward then.
Oh, there's
We-
many more awkward moments.
Yeah,
don't worry.
we may have missed it. There's
Very-
many more awkward
Oh.
points. So I had to go through the whole system of unplug, replugs, do a little dance, pray to the gods, fucking yell at stuff. You know, what you do when you can.
Jump up and down.
That's it. Fucking stupid. Anyway. Oh, no, we heard her? Oh, no. Okay, they heard you. Excellent.
Yeah, cool.
You
Yeah,
know they
the-
can hear me in like many countries from here. Don't worry.
100%. We don't even need.
Oh, she's loud enough.
We heard everything. All right. So, we've got some questions from chat. I see someone from Noah. I have a question for Smiley. First question. Who uses Google when logged in with the internet?
Well, I do because so I can save them to favorites. Noah.
That's-
No shame. I
That's
don't
it.
care. Look, if you want to jump on my PC and have a look at my history and my saved and my favorites, you go right ahead. But you better prepare yourself.
It'd be
sunshine.
interesting.
Get ugly.
Very interesting.
It's corruptive. Corruptive.
I just get very curious.
Okay.
Plus, also, I didn't know how to spell cherry the other day. If it was 2 R's or 1. Such a simple word.
Oh,
Cherry.
on it.
That's it.
Hi on it.
That's it. Mr. On It wants to know, what does GDS stand for in GDS Queen?
Nothing other than the GDS Monaro.
Ooh, so
Old
The
school.
car.
that's the
Old school.
school
GDS
car.
Monaro.
She's a car nut.
Yes.
Ooh, Queen said, what would you like to see brought in this year for Halloween? Before anyone answers, there's only one thing, and that's a skeleton tracksuit from the Karate Kid. We've got the mask.
yes.
I want that
Yeah,
tracksuit.
you know,
Would be awesome.
everyone wants that.
All right,
You know what? I'd
now you
like,
can talk.
Imagine
would
being able to
be-
put a battery in it and it glows at night.
Oh. Okay, you took it
that
to the
would be
new-
super
You
cool.
took it to the next level. You know that, don't you? Fuck. I want a battery-operated Karate Kid skeleton tracksuit, please.
That's like a body-size glow stick.
Yep. Fuck.
AJ
Yes.
Debs, if you're listening, please hear us.
That's it.
I'd like when I was on, a little dabble on PC. You know, when some of the servers, when you cut people up, then you get a skull. I think they
Oh,
should add that
yeah.
in for consoles. So you cut someone up and you get
Yeah.
you get a skull.
A token.
And, like hit people with
I
it.
need
And,
trophies.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
it'd be
put it in
fun. A
your
little
pocket.
barrel full of trophies or something.
Fuck.
Yeah, and maybe you could like put them on a stick and stuff as well, and put them around your base. I don't know. It'd be
Even the dog tags. Do we even have the dog tags yet?
No.
Nah.
I don't believe so.
Ugh,
So-
can we get some?
So we had the mummies, right?
Yeah.
Season.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
I'd
are
love
awesome.
to see the wolves turned into werewolves. You get chasing
Oh,
around the map by
Ooh,
werewolves.
yeah, that'd be
Fuck.
cool.
Some zombie
very
animals would be cool too.
Yeah, I'd like
Yeah.
to see infected animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little mutated.
Yeah, like
Yes.
a zombie cow. You go to kill the cow and it turns on you.
I was
Yeah, and,
watching,
like, on- Sorry, go
I was
ahead.
watching someone play Sonaris Has Fallen yesterday, and all the animals had rabies. And then when you got bit by the animal, you got rabies, and then you started hallucinating
that's
and
cool.
hearing different sounds around you. So you'd hear like
Fuck.
a tree fall down or a zombie
that's
aggro,
awesome.
but there was nothing there.
What's
That
that
was
on?
fucking cool.
Chinaris has fallen.
Sonaris Has Fallen.
Yeah.
PC one, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go get some rabies, lady.
And they have Dear Alice Fallen too.
Oh, some rabies.
Fuck yeah.
I just want the zombies to throw rocks at you.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
On it said
They
are
single
cool.
throwable fireworks like bungers. Get bungers
Yeah,
out,
that
throw
would
at
be
people.
Like some Roman candles and stuff.
Yeah,
Shooting at each other.
shooting at each other. Trip said eggs
Oh,
that
toilet
actually
paper too.
splat when throw on the windows when you don't give candy. Yeah, toilet paper, same thing.
Candy bags would be cool too, like or little pumpkin pails, and then you can
Oh,
actually use
yeah.
them to store items in.
Oh yeah.
DayZ needs scissors. What does it need scissors for?
That's what we use
Trim your
knives for.
pubes.
That's it.
Trim your pubic hair.
Arts and crafts. Little arts and crafts class at my base. Get your gift wrap together. We're gonna go wrapping. We're gonna wrap some presents. And netty needles.
And you can make those like little people that, you know, you cut them out in paper and they're all like on a chain. What are they called? You know,
That's it.
cut out.
For nothing.
Put them around the base.
That's it. He just wants random scissors just for decorations.
Some bunting to make bunting.
That's hectic. All right, so we're going to get into our main questions. Now, Mr. Last DayZ Mods, I know you have to go. Whenever you need to queue out, you just queue out.
Yeah, I probably better. I better call it here.
Yep. It's got family matters to deal
it's
with.
about
That
time for
needs
me.
to happen. No, you can't shoot him. That's not the question. And if we start shooting, what happens? Everybody
Yeah,
starts
for the
shooting.
rest of the show.
In our defense, though, when we have the next podcast, he's going to be stranded here. So if
Yeah,
you
he'd be
kill him,
stranded. Yeah.
That's
he'll
fine.
have to be stranded, do you,
You-
boss?
You'll have to come and pick him
He'll
up.
be here on his own.
He's got guns on him. He can shoot us. Kill himself.
No,
Get
he
done.
doesn't. He's got no guns.
No, I can't see any guns. I don't see any.
See, none.
Can't see what you're talking about.
None.
All right, fine. Only because it's counsellor. If there's anyone else, would have
Bullets would be flying.
100%.
It's
But-
been an absolute blast.
But
I
Miss-
appreciate all that every one of you do for the community, and thank you guys for having me on again. I really do appreciate it.
We appreciate you,
So much
sir.
fun, counsellor.
Keep up that good work
It
with
was
that
fun.
bot.
Always,
It
always
helps.
a nice time. Always giving off those nice vibes. Makes me feel a better person.
Yeah.
Whenever I go outside.
Makes her behave.
I'm
Only
changed my ways.
person. Only person that makes her behave.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so let's crack into the last part. Right, so the last part of it is about gaming and mental health. So gaming can be an escape from our day-to-day lives and problems. Is this a good or a bad thing? What do you guys think?
I think
I
it's
think
You gotta
it all
have the
depends.
balance.
That's it.
Yeah.
You got to have that balance. Because too much
Yeah.
gaming can be bad for your mental health.
Yep.
It can be.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't live in here. You can't live in here. It's unhealthy. You gotta have it as like a little escape, a little fun time, but it can't be your everything. It really can't.
Yeah.
Yep.
No,
Keep it
at the
as your
same
escape
time,
from
though,
real life.
yeah, gaming can be a very big helpful thing, especially if you're really, really down in the dumps. It can be that one thing that cheers you up once a week to
Yeah.
get your
Yeah.
head straight.
Or the other way, you come home
Absolutely.
from a frustrating day and you're pissed off and you want to go murder people on a death match.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of outlet can be healthy because you get off, you're satisfied, no one's really been of harm, you're ready for the next day. Yeah. It definitely.
Do what you need to do first. Do your work. Wash your dishes. Feed the dog, and then sit down and of a game. Don't neglect your IRL.
That's it. Real life comes first always.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful advice. All right, so this is a little thing that I've been, I that's probably where I get my forgiveness for some of the toxic behaviour and the behaviour that happens sometimes in a DayZ server. But DayZ can be toxic. Is it because it's an outlet for some who can't vent or are having a rough time? Or is it simply just keyboard warriors?
I think
I
it's
think
a bit of
mix of
both.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you've got someone who can't, obviously go off in real life, so they're like, oh well, I'll take it out on the game and the people that I come across, you know. But
Yep.
yeah, it's got to be a bit of both.
Yeah, I think I brought that up on actually one of the first podcasts, Greedy, when
Yep.
we had the oils one, and yeah, you got to keep that in mind. When you're getting smack off someone. I know it's shit, and we shouldn't have to get it, but I think I gave the example of like a teenage kid might be in there, spouting off whatever and dropping his N bombs and calling everyone names and
Yeah,
everything, but you don't know, like that kid could be like have a mum passed out on the couch with a needle in her arm, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
well, that's
you
exactly
don't
right.
you don't know what's going on in someone's life and what's causing them to react or act in a certain way.
Yep.
So I'm not saying you need to put up with it, but sometimes you got to say, well, there's obviously something going on in that person's life that's making them act out that way.
Yeah.
And that is so true because 9 times out of 10, when someone is acting out like that, it's because they're just expressing something that they feel inside. You're dead right
Yeah,
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think sometimes you can
yeah,
also tell
exactly.
between someone who's just out to annoy people and someone who's out venting or unleashing some inner stresses onto a game.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Exactly.
So communities are a great thing for people to connect with others online. What are some of the issues with connecting with others online? Because it's all well and good to stay out and about and to gather friends, but sometimes you know online people without that face to face and without that, I suppose, one-on-one personality, you may not be getting everything that you bargained for. Are there anything that you found with connecting with people online? Um, from my experiences, especially in the DayZ world, where it came to factions, um, trust was a very hard issue to be able to develop, and having trust within your fellow faction team members and the people you play with obviously makes gaming life and mental stress a lot easier. So having trust with people online before really opening up and divulging yourself and being vulnerable sometimes might be a caution that you must think of when you're getting online. Do you guys have anything to add on to that?
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think so. I think that yeah, you've got to be careful out there because sometimes people will tell you what you want to hear,
Yeah.
and you don't really know that person, and they could have at the end of the day, yeah, you do have to be cautious. You do have to be cautious. I would say keep your circle like you have like sort of layers. You have your very small circle of your very trustworthy friends, usually ones that you've known quite some time, and you've been through things together. I'm a big believer of actions speak louder than words. It's one thing for someone to sit behind a
Absolutely.
keyboard and go blah blah blah, blah type all this stuff, but when you actually see someone's actions and that it's quite a different story. So yeah, I would say look, just have your handful of peeps that you confide in and trust. And then you got your next circle, give them just a little bit, and then your next circle after that. What the fuck is that noise? Who brought the woodpecker?
Oh, shit.
Who's making a pylon? That's what I
Hey,
want to know.
where's
look,
mine?
Look, alright, I'm emptying out my bloody green vape so I can actually get a little bit
I
toasty,
do it
if you know what I mean.
Hey, keep your paraphernalia sounds off my channel. But yeah, you definitely you definitely have to.
Don't go out and get catfish, people.
Yeah.
There's catfish
Yeah.
everywhere. Speaking of, I got
And
a really
on
funny
that
TikTok
note,
about catfish. I'll send
it's,
it.
on that note,
Send it to me.
it's okay for
I
us
will.
as
Yeah, you'll love
adults to be like that, but if you're a teenager or a younger kid, don't go out and just trust everybody that you play
Correct.
with, because there are
Yeah,
nefarious
don't.
people out there.
Correct.
Yeah, very true.
And that's
That's why
where.
There
in
are
these
some
sort of
really
games
bad
they should be
people.
18 plus because it's when you
We
put
know
out
that
in
it
the
should be.
community.
But because this game's on Game
Never
Pass,
will
we
be.
do get a lot of younger people play it.
Yep. And we've met. I must say, I've met probably a half a dozen younger people who are mistaken for adults because of their matureness. So,
I know. How long did we think James was an adult?
fuck off.
Years, man.
Yeah.
Years. And then he turned around one day and said, I just turned 18. We were like, what the fuck?
What? But it's definitely something to think about when out and about. They say you should have 3 levels of sociability. So you should have your public person, and that's giving everything out that you don't mind being out there. Then you have your private person, and that's stuff that you don't want out into the public. And then you have the secret person, and that's everything that you want to keep that you don't want out into the private or into the public, and having those separates and allowing people to slowly introduce them into those different worlds is probably the best way to be make strong contacts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So in that, long-time friends can be found online. What are some of the ways people can reach out and connect with others? So we just talked about what you should watch out, but what are some of the ways you can get out there and connect with people and, get involved?
I've got an answer, but
Yeah.
I feel
No, that's
I'm looking at you, Smiley.
no. This is the idea. This is the idea of having you as a co-host, because you all bring a little aspect to our podcast. So speak freely, lady.
well,
Pick up.
yeah. Yeah, well, I would say, for example, like the event that we have today, like, if you see an event, jump in. Just jump in, because that's what makes it fun. More the merrier. And if you see streamers as well, like Greedy or myself or Queen, and there's quite a huge amount of us that we're like, jump in with us, man. We'll tell you what server we're on. Come up, say, come and have a run. Yeah, and also, I know with DayZ there are a lot of people that are like, I don't want to approach anyone because they're going to kill me, or they're going to say something horrible to me, or and you know what, those things will happen, and that's where you just go, oh well, that they weren't the right peeps for me. But it might happen 50% of the time. But if like what happened yesterday. I went on a run and I died so many times. I was like, hello, bang, hello, bang, hello, bang. I died so
Couldn't
many
even get the
times.
ego going. He went,
People-
"Hello,
No,
I'm just
I
a
tried.
girl.
I know.
Can anyone help me?"
Yeah, I tried the easy. I tried different accents. I tried my different approaches, and nothing worked. And then finally, but after all that, I found my little friend Tiger, and then we went for a run. So I died like 7 times, but then friend, and it was great. It was awesome. I had a great time after that. So, just don't take it to just put yourself out there. Don't take it personally. If they blow your head off, so what? That's just how they want to play the game that day. They want to play the villain. But around the corner is probably someone who's just like you, who is also a friend to run with.
Yeah.
It's fun and interesting meeting people from all around the world and
What about
talking about
what?
their ways of life.
What about your French guys? That's classic.
Yeah, my fucking French guy. How's this? So I die, right? I died. I go, that's it. I'm going to put on an accent because it was on an Australian server. And I thought, Australian dudes, they'd love like a French sexy yoga instructor. I'm getting out there. I'm going to put my French on. Right? So I'm getting, got my mic mute and I'm practicing. Oh, I know, I'm not very good at English and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I go up and I see this group of guys and I go, oh, hello, I'm French.
Oh,
I'm new at the game, and they all went, oh, what is blah, 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 and started speaking in French. They went, we've made friends with a French person, and I went, are you fucking kidding me? Out of all the players on here, I happened to run into fucking French people. I mean, how often do you run into French people firstly on DayZ?
Right?
I was like, you're kidding me. And wait, you're not French. Say something in French. I went, I'm sorry, I'm Australian. Don't kill me. I go, yeah, they killed me.
wee wee,
I was like,
wee wee.
yeah, so, but that in itself was funny. I died and whatever, but, it's just the experience. Just go have experiences.
100%. So
Have some fun.
game experiences, you'd be very surprised how you can meet people, develop relationships, know who they are, get involved. Discord communities are another one. Streaming communities are another one.
Yep.
I know a lot of streaming communities are very open and happy to get you in chat and sit down and chat, both on stream and off stream. So, yeah, you can definitely get out there and find some people that you can't get rid of.
That's it. You know what? Join a good roleplay server. Really
Yeah.
join a good roleplay server because 9 times out of 10, you'll get so much good interaction and people will actually talk to
Yeah.
you.
You have
Yeah.
the best time on
Yeah.
roleplays.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, and when we say role plays, you don't have to come in and put any cloaks on or put on a voice or be Frenchy Jill or anything like that. You can come and role play.
Yes.
That's it. Come in as a survivor and just play with your own thoughts and your own mindset. All they ask in role plays is
That
you
can
don't
be dangerous.
you don't bring any information from outside into the game. It's as easy as that. If your character doesn't know, then you don't know.
Yeah, the good thing about most roleplay servers is they will have a big safe zone genuinely populated with people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Playing
good way to go
characters,
meet people.
having a yarn. There's a lot of cool characters that I've met over my times that I still keep in contact with. We've even had him on the show, Mr. Dr. Starroy. He wasn't even in a roleplay server, he just played the character. So, yeah, get out there, explore, get in the communities. Don't forget, don't be afraid to say hi.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
So we've all had communities. I mean, we all have communities. Even Mr. Q, Duckman on TikTok. What are some of the ways you have dealt with the pressure of having a community? I myself have got a large Discord that functions as many different things, and there's been a lot of times where, I've come to the brink of wanting to pack it all up and bin it all, and it's the same with streaming. I've come to the point where it overwhelms you, and you want to pack it all up and throw it all in. The way I sort of dealt with that was I pulled away and took a breath. Had some time away from streaming, had some time away from Discord, just to recollect my mental state, because there's a lot of stuff going on, especially when shit hits the fan. I've had it where I've been broadcasted across the internet in some absolutely terrible and derogatory stuff, just for the fact that I support people in my community. So sometimes you just got to take it in your stride, consult with the people outside of maybe a little inner circle, just to get some reassurance that you're doing an all right job. Yeah. What about you guys? I know, Smiley, you've got a server and you run your community and you're streaming.
Yeah. Well, they sort of run me. They really do. My Discord is and my server. I feel like they're not really mine. I get on there and I like to design. I like to put in make builds and stuff because that's my downtime. Put on some music and smoke a J and just see what I can create and just dump it in the server so around and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like I just see. I don't know. I've always, initially when I made the server, it was, for me actually, it was actually an outlet for me for my mental health. My brain wasn't sort of working quite right, and I was overthinking, and so I needed a little distraction. So I taught myself how to code. That's how my server came about. So it does have I do have a little soft spot for it because of that reason. That's why, even though there's only a couple of players on there at a time, and I still do it. I actually did it the other day. I still jump on there and I gear up and I just go hunting on there because it's running through the trees and
It's chill as fuck. You got the birds going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And fish or I swim a lot. I like
Nah, your mic's
just
bouncing.
have a little downtime. And I found that the people who have gravitated towards the server are people who are similar, I guess. The people who just like to go on there and make a little base. And we have our beautiful little lovers, Rip and Aurora. They would just want their own little space to go
Yep, Sunshine
have a little
Farms.
home together and Sunshine Farm.
Yep.
So it's yeah, I actually forgot what the original question was. But so it's not really. So I don't know. It sort of runs itself. The server or the Discord, It's run by my friends. They
That's
all just
it.
get in and it's similar. It's run sort of, I guess, like the console cult. It's not really my thing. It's just
It's community based.
I guess I just give people. Yeah, it's community based. It's community. Yeah, absolutely. I don't get on and dictate or anything like that. It's let it evolve. Do it.
That's it. Sometimes, being having all those pressures to be able to handle everything and having the community come in and help guide the way through. I know with the console cult, it's
Yeah.
been an absolute dream to set up that Discord and that community because the community basically just took it all on board themselves. There's no ever hassles in there. And anytime there is people, who are in love with the cult themselves will quickly say, hey, that's not how we are around here.
Yep.
But yeah. What about
I
yourself?
mean, when you think about
Yeah,
it,
go.
we've had that console cult now for. Are we going on 2 years?
It's getting close to 2 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
close to 2 years. It's got hundreds of members in there, and I think, from memory, I think we've only ever had to kick one person.
Yep.
It's just there's never been any toxicity there. That's the thing. Sometimes if you let people breathe a bit and no hierarchy, it's gonna work together. It just a little love bubble happens, and it's like watch.
Yeah, 100%. Your mic's bouncing too, just to let you know.
Oh, mine
Yep.
is.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's your
Oh,
I think
okay,
it's your
yeah.
auto thing not picking you up.
Okay, I'll fix it.
No,
I'll just
it's
go over it.
slunk your way out. No, you can come. You don't have to go away. Don't be ashamed of your shitty mic. Come closer.
Come join us,
That's
Smiley.
it.
How's that?
That's beautiful.
Is that working
That's
now
That's
or not?
beautiful. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't.
yeah, I flicked it. It took it off push to talk again. I don't know why it did.
That's weird that your thing keeps doing that. So,
No.
so GDSK, with your communities, how have you dealt with starting a streaming community and of course a server community?
Um, so my server community, I mean, it's basically the same as Smiley's. It ran itself. I did bring in an admin towards the end, as the servers are currently shut down. Um, but yeah, my admin was really helpful, because we have two totally different time zones. So when I was asleep or busy with real life, he'd take over, and then vice versa. Um, Streaming community, I mean, that deals with itself. And people come, people go. They either like what they're watching or they don't.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, and then my general Twitch community, that's growing by the day. So yeah, that's where you get all the information about what's going on every week. And I mean, I took a month off streaming, as you know, and dove right into my servers.
Yep.
And then yeah, come back once the server was ready, and yeah, just had a bit of me time.
100%. 100%. And with UQ, because you get involved with a lot of, not so much now, but you were buried deep in role players Oasis, even with your faction and stuff. How do you handle the pressures with the a faction and of course with being in a role play server, you're sort of semi committed to keep that persona up because you become an influencing character. How'd you deal with all those pressures?
I guess it's just leaning on the people around me. A lot of the times, a lot of what I did was from bouncing off other people.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not that much. I don't really find it too hard to deal with the community around. I think in a lot of the roleplay community, it can get quite a lot of pressure. Because as you say, you've got to hold that character, and a lot of people really expect it. So there's a lot of pressure on that as well.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just bouncing off other people. Basically, that's all I did.
So having people around you sometimes is sometimes one of the most important things. Obviously, keeping people around you or affecting your life that you don't want or affecting your life negative is obviously not what you want. Get out there, find some positive people you can, grab a shoulder on occasionally and help hold you up while you're feeling down. It definitely seems what the message is coming out.
Yeah, definitely.
So, with being so busy, life, DayZ, streaming, servers, what's the best way to keep the balance? What's one way that you guys keep the balance and not sort of overindulge in, too much gaming where the important stuff is? So for me personally,
Always do.
So for me personally, I have set days that I do stuff. So I've got a schedule where I set out, and then I have at least one day off on a Thursday to sleep in, and then Friday I have segregated for stuff that I want to do.
That's the
Yeah,
best
I've
way to
actually
do
my
it.
biggest one.
Oh,
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Don't even look at me. Yeah, I think I agree with you, Greedy. It's the best way to be. Don't try and force everything into one day. Just take your time with it and separate it all. And yeah,
yeah,
Yeah. I must say that I lately had a bit of a battle with it. Um, so I have actually made some changes. Just always, maybe take a step back and actually, stand on the outside and look in on your life every now and then and go, wait, what I want at the moment? Is this making me healthy and happy? What's happening here? And so I actually have set a day, because we're coming into summer here. I fucking love the beach, and so
Ooh, back to beach
Wednesdays will
days.
be my back to
Beach
beach days,
days.
bro.
Yep.
Fucking back to beach days. Oh my
Let's
god, I tell you what.
go.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I come alive. It's like I die a bit in winter, and then it's like finally I see the sun. It's like, ah. But Wednesdays will be my, so you won't see me on Wednesdays. Wednesdays will be my online. I'm not going to tab yous. I'm sorry. I'm a pro tabber when it comes to people's streams and stuff. But Wednesdays, you won't see me in Discords. You won't see me online. You won't see anything. That's it. That's what I'm
Beautiful.
starting as of next week.
Beautiful. No,
It's
that's...
a my me day.
And the only reason I know it is because that was something that she followed last summer, and known Bruv for so long, it's something very important to her to go down and, just get that connection with the ocean, get that connection with the beach, get that connection with Mother Earth. It's definitely something that works absolutely well for her. Thank God it's fucking summer.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yes. Hallelujah.
Jesus.
Well, I'm jealous because apparently my daughter's going surfing today, so I'm stuck in here and she's out there.
Like that, it's too cold. Let her have it.
Not having
Yeah.
It's all
I
yours.
don't know about
oh no, she's full keen. She's like, I want to be a pro surfer, and it's like, well, you know what you have to do. Early mornings, cold water. Go.
Ugh. Apparently it's good for you. I prefer a hot shower. But anyway.
Yeah.
What
I
about...
remember a few years ago, I did this thing in New Zealand that we called Outward Bound. That's like a 3-week adventure course. But every single morning when you woke up, the first thing you did was they forced you to go on a 2.5k run, and then as soon as you get back from the run, you had to go jump straight into the cold ocean. And when you got back to your room to clean, no, there was no warm shower. It was just get ready for the day and off you went.
No, absolutely
It
not.
felt good though. It's gotta amp you up.
Oh,
It's gotta feel
yeah,
good.
it's actually a good routine to get into. There's something to be said about having a cold shower in the morning. It's good for your body.
Is... Oh.
Oh, we
Yeah,
lost you
yeah.
here.
Yeah, so
You're broken.
no, it's good for your body, and it's actually good for your mental health. Like I'd suggest it to anyone when you get up in the morning, even not if you don't have a shower. Jump in that shower once you've had your shower. Before you get out, whack it on cold for 5 seconds. And
Yeah.
you'll be amazed
Yeah,
at the
no.
change that it gives you.
That's it. Everything shrinks.
Automatic shrinkage.
Yeah, but you are right. I mean, there's a lot of the northern countries, Norway or the Icelandics, they use that sort of therapy of ice baths, and it's starting to become a massive thing of people coming in, and once again, it's mind over matter. It's pushing you. Your body's screaming at you like, no, I don't want to go in there, and you're like, well, too bad.
you have.
That's it. This is for the benefit for the both of us. So yeah, 100%. All right. Well, we come to that part of the show where things get a little violent, but first we need to ask the freshie question.
Can we just because
I
it's a day and we've got beautiful Queen here. Can we just maybe I'll just put it out there. Maybe instead of hugging, instead of shooting, we hug it out at the end.
You want to hug it out at
just
the end?
saying.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
we'll be
you're
nice.
going to actually let me
we'll be
finish
nice.
the question? That's hectic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will. Yeah. While we take our clothes off
Absolutely not.
and hug in the nude.
That's it. So the freshie
Yes,
question is...
I still want to shoot them.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm with you.
Shut
What
up, kid.
What is the best way to approach a freshie to be friendly?
Take
Oh,
your
to be
clothes off.
friendly? Yeah, I got nothing.
any
Take all your clothes off.
any
and go on
advice? Oh, he's got snacks and everything.
Bow,
He's
bow,
smacking in the
bow.
All right.
So yeah, we're getting our love on.
So, no advice for approaching. Come on, Smiley, you're the friendliest lady out there. How do you approach a
I said
friendly?
take your clothes off.
Get naked?
I said you get naked, you take your clothes off and you show them your vag and
look.
go, how about it?
How about it?
Want some?
There
Well, like
can
I
have
said
it.
before, just go up to a freshie, and you never know, that could be your new best friend for the day or for life.
Yep.
Just
Maybe.
never- Give a freshie a chance. Everyone, today, your homework when you play DayZ is give a freshie a chance.
That's it. Say
Go make a
hello.
friend.
See someone
Pay it-
coming down.
Pay
Yep.
it forward.
Have no guns on you. Be butt
Everyone has
naked.
to make a friend.
That's it. All right. Well,
Yep. And then
you're gonna hang around for the outro too. It's gonna be fucking awkward, isn't it?
yeah, make love. We're
Make-
having a threesome. With
make some
Spain,
love?
Ollie.
Exactly. You want to
Well,
join
you
in,
throw-
Greedy?
yeah.
You can join in.
Yeah, but this is not how the show ends. This is not how we do it. This is how we
Not too bad.
end. Oh no, not too bad. Good.